Here we are, another day at Old Bear's Bees. I wanted to take an opportunity to show you folks something about wax moths. This is an old top bar hive that I've had out of commission for quite a while, and I just kind of let it sit and didn't do a whole lot with it as the year's been really busy. Had some old nasty wax and hanging around in there. Just wanted to show you a wax moth. A lot of people say they're not sure what they are. Here's one crawling right here, if you can see it. There's several more in here. But what they do is they get in here and they spin their cocoons. As you can tell, there's a lot of cobwebs and cocoon looking stuff. This is going to be full of grubs down in here, and I'll show you the difference. There's a small one, and then there's a bigger one, and they're just doing what they do. As you can see, this big one here is crawling into a hole that's in the wall of the top bar. Any place that they can get where they can hide, they'll do the same thing as hive beetles. They will go ahead and they will try to stay away from the bees where they can't clean them up. And so all this is just a bunch of no good junk. I'm going to go in through here and get it all cleaned out and get the torch to it and sanitize this thing and get her back up. I've got some repairs to make. If you do top bar observation hives and you want or a top bar hive and you want an observation window, here's what happens in the summer when you use plexiglass that's too thin, and the heat will warp it. And I tried to block it when I originally made it, but I wasn't aware how much the heat fluctuations would warp this. Once this window comes out like this, you really can't get it fixed without disassembling things and taking it down. And I'll take this out, clean it up, trim the window, and put some wood strips along here to close this up. And the other thing, as I've learned along the few years, is things like this inside the hive. The bee, a lot of times, they'll propolis those. You can see a little bit of propolis here where they've tried to fill in this hole. What I'm going to do is get this all cleaned out and, like I said, torch it good, and then I'm going to use some wood putty and go in here and close every little nook and cranny that I can that looks, large enough that they can't fill. Especially the point you want to look for is where your two walls come together to the floor of your top bar. There'll be a little bit of opening, like you see right here, that the wax moths and the small hive beetles, and basically anything that wants to run down and away and get away from the bees, they'll go in those little tiny cracks. So we're going to get in here and get this messy thing fixed up, and so what you get for letting things sit around. But I'm glad because it's worked out to be a pretty good learning opportunity. So this is all wax moth. Almost looks like a cobweb in here, and they're just absolutely full, doing what wax moths do. There we go. You see a lot of them in here, and they're quick. They really get around. So I'm going to get this cleaned up and get things taken care of. I hope this helped you learn a little bit. If nothing else, keep your equipment taken care of. Don't let wax sit around, and when you see grubs like this, it's not a good sign. Alrighty, have a good day.